Article 5, Executive Branch. Section 1, Qualifications. Minimum qualifications for elected executive offices, the United States of America, the national government level, must possess a working knowledge of the 2020 Founding Charter and Constitution for the United States of America. The candidate must be 35 years or older, of sound mind, a lawful citizen of the United States of America, as well as being presently a citizen of any of the United States of America for at least the 14 consecutive years immediately prior to the election. A United States American. No candidate may have multiple citizenship or loyalty with any foreign country or cultures, which prohibits hyphenated American, such as, but not limited to, any foreign country hyphenated or culture hyphenated American. Either the individual is loyal to these United States of America as a United States American or not. In times of war, even allies part ways and war against each other. This in no way prohibits a person from enjoying any culture, heritage, or religion common to foreign countries, so long as the practice does not violate the supreme law of the land or the laws made in pursuance to this 2020 Founding Charter and Constitution, is designed to prevent elected officials from holding loyalties to those heritages that may influence actions contrary to this Constitution. When registering as a candidate for office, the candidate must prove their qualifications for the office. Most importantly, that what they promise to complete while in office. This Constitution authorizes those activities. Proof of qualification is limited only to what this Constitution requires. That proof must be available for public inspection from the time the person registers as a candidate for the office. The candidate must provide an official copy of their certificate of live birth or naturalization papers, as this relates to age and citizenship. History proves that natural-born citizens do not always adhere to the Constitution they swear to uphold and defend. The successful candidate must also pass the required tests relating to this Constitution and contracts named herein. This ensures the people that the candidate fully comprehends those contracts and the duties of their office. The Constitution testing must be the same for every elected, hired, appointed government office, agency, department, and especially concerning the duties of their respective office. The candidates must clearly present how each of their campaign promises work to fulfill some clearly defined element of this 2020 Founding Charter and Constitution for the United States of America, or that they intend to promote a constitutional convention to amend this Constitution. Section 2. Duties. Without regard to social economic class, and to ensure social stability, the executive officers, without bias, must impartially enforce all laws made in pursuance of this Constitution, and work to put into effect approved programs and complete approved projects that do not conflict with this Constitution. Where conflict occurs, the executive officer must consult with the judicial branch via the grand jury system. If the grand jury finds that conflict exists, they must recommend to the legislative branch such amendments or repeal as they consider appropriate. Until addressed by the legislative branch, the legislation in question and the political actions to be taken are not enforceable until such time the legislative branch amends, repeals, or clarifies the content. Executive officers possess no legislative powers. Executive orders do not possess the power of law to influence the citizen actions or to punish a person where no constitutionally passed legislation exists on that topic. Executive orders apply only to members of the executive branch with respect to how it will enforce the laws and support this 2020 Founding Charter and Constitution, as well as how it will hold law enforcement officers accountable for violating rights when gathering evidence when violating other constitutional laws. Constitutional executive orders must work to fulfill some element of the supreme law of the land. Otherwise, they are unconstitutional and cause for removal from office. The executive title for the United States of America, the government, is President of the United States of America, or President of the government. The President of the United States of America is not the leader of the nation. The people, in accord with the Declaration and this Constitution, are the nation's leaders. The President of the United States of America is the head of government and represents the nation to foreign countries. The executive office helps protect the people's rights against unjust infringement, whether by local government, individuals, groups, businesses, or other political forces, foreign or domestic. If domestic, whether at the national level or in any jurisdiction within, the President also maintains good standing with other political jurisdictions within these United States of America, as well as with foreign political jurisdictions. Section 3. Vacancies. Note on the presidential electoral system. The President of the United States of America was the only nationally elected office of government. Under this Constitution, this now includes the nation's Supreme Court judges. The two-house election process being uniform throughout all states for these nationally elected offices will seat the President and Supreme Court judges. The first house is what is known as the popular vote. These are divided into counties within each state. The candidate with two-thirds or more of the total number of registered voters consenting votes wins the popular vote for that county. This vote automatically decides which candidate, if any, receives the second house vote in that county, as many residents do not live within a specific city's or town's incorporated boundaries. The second house vote is the electoral vote. The county lines replace the congressional districts because there are no more elected legislative offices. Each county has only one electoral vote that remains with that county. The candidate receiving two-thirds of the popular vote within that county wins the one electoral vote for that county. Winning two-thirds of the total number of counties' electoral votes nationwide wins the second house vote, thus winning the election. Larger counties that have more than 2 million citizen residents may, as equally along city and town lines, divide the population in half, with as close to equal number in each half, the people of the county deciding on the exact dividing line. Because some electoral votes will not be awarded to any candidate, this system also requires that all candidates campaign in nearly all counties in order to win the second house votes, the purpose of which is to inform the most voters as to the benefits and qualifications to get the required two-thirds majority of the total number of registered voters consenting to them. This stage of campaigning takes place only after the runoff election process reduces the total number of candidates to only 2 or 3. With a ranked voting system, or candidates are ranked by voters, the presidential candidate who gets two-thirds or more number one ranking votes is the President of the United States of America. The candidates, respectively, who receive the two-thirds or more of number 2, number 3, and number 4 rankings are the line of succession who take over the presidency upon the president's death, inability to perform duties of office, or removal from office by the people for constitutional violations. As assistants to the president, the vice presidents must be informed of all political jurisdictions matters in order to continue the duties of the presidential office uninterrupted.